Today, we're going to take a look at the 30th anniversary edition of The Silmarillion by J.R.R. Tolkien, published in 2006 by HarperCollins. It depicts one of Tolkien's drawings, which we will see in detail in a while. This edition complements those of The Hobbit, The Lord of the Rings, The Unfinished Tales, and The History of the Hobbit, which also featured Tolkien's cover illustrations. The first thing that we see is that the title and the author are in shiny copper color. Very nice. The same goes for the spine, where we see Tolkien's initials, the title of the book, the author, and HarperCollins logo. My edition was a bit spoiled by the sender. Now let us examine the dust jacket. Let me put this aside. The illustration depicts the highest mountains of the world, Taniquetil, which are home of Manwë, Lord of the Valar. Manwë has his throne on the top, probably this light over here. On the front, we have the swan ships of the Teleri. Tolkien talks about the air as being divided, which is probably the reason for these color divisions. Here you can take a close look up at this beautiful illustration. It is made of a high-quality paper. It looks like paper to the touch, but then, as in the case of The Hobbit, in the inside is glossy and is sturdy. It's strong material. Now let's take a look at the book in itself. It is hardcover and simple black cloth-like material. The spine has Tolkien's initials on the top, the title, the author, and HarperCollins logo again, all in shiny copper, as was the case of The Hobbit. This edition is sewn-bound, which is an absolute plus. The sewing is not tight, so it stays open as you read. I will put now the dust jacket back on. Now, something that I like a lot about this edition is that it includes a new preface by J.R.R. Tolkien unique to this edition. It is letter 131, which can be found in the published book of his letters. It is a long letter in which he describes his created world of Middle-earth. He wanted to publish the Silmarillion and the Lord of the Rings together, but the publishers were not making up their minds. So he wrote this long letter to demonstrate how the two books were interdependent and indivisible. Basically, he summarizes the Silmarillion, The Hobbit, and The Lord of the Rings, so if you haven't read them and want to avoid spoilers, stay away until you're done reading. Also, it contains a pull-out map. Very, very nice. We know that Tolkien's maps are highly detailed and very useful when reading his novels. The reading is very pleasant. The paper is thinner than the one we find in the Hobbit edition, but since I have said before that it's sewn-bound, you don't have to fear that the pages might fall off. So this, in my opinion, is a very good edition to have. Good quality, good size, easy to read, beautiful and affordable. I hope you enjoyed this review and that it was useful.